around a 4-hour flight from Atlanta to Phoenix. So we're almost to Phoenix, and I can actually see the mountain we're going to go to. It's a perfect day in Phoenix. No clouds in the sky, warm weather, pretty nice. So I'm here in Arizona for a week. Today is mostly travel day. I need to find the car rental place, get my car, and then drive another 2.5 hours north to a city called Flagstaff. From there, that's where a lot of the activities that I want to do are. Alrighty, so Avis gave me a 2022 Honda Accord. Let's get on the road. Alright, finally made it. Room is pretty standard. 2 queen-size beds. Here's that mountain that I was talking about that you can actually kind of see from the plane. It's beautiful. I'm gonna grab some water bottles and snacks here. 4-hour flight, 2-hour drive. I'm absolutely exhausted, but successful travel day. Alright, it is early in the morning and it looks like we're gonna get some snow today. The snow's been coming down most of the morning at a pretty consistent rate. They've cleared the roads. Weather Channel said it's gonna warm up later, but the mountains are now completely gone and we have travel plans today. So the plan is first and foremost to get some food. Second is to try and get to the Grand Canyon today. We talked to some people. The roads are good going up to the Grand Canyon today, and as you can kind of see, snow stopped and weather looks pretty good for today. So Hassan said that this was the last gas station for 50 miles. So we need to fill up because there's not much out here. Finally here, lines are pretty short going into the Grand Canyon. It's hard to see in the other shots, but it's still coming down pretty hard. So I'm in, roads look good all things considered, need to find a parking spot. You can tell who's been camping here or who's been staying overnight based off the ice on their car. Still a lot on the ground. So if you look out, you can see this huge rain system just sitting in the canyon. But on the other side, perfectly clear. It's kind of hard to see in the recording, but you can actually see through the rain. But on this side, it's perfectly clear. It's kind of trippy. It's really hard to put into context the scale of everything and how large the canyon is and how large that rain system is. They're both huge. So we were told that further down the road, you can actually get a better view of the canyon and it's much clearer. This is called, I think, the Grand Canyon Village. There's different stops along the sides of the Grand Canyon, but this one's just kind of further down the road, so we're gonna check it out. Much more clear from this side. So you can still kind of see the rain system way off in the distance, but you can get really kind of a better view of the scale of the canyon. So videos just truly don't give it justice. It's absolutely jaw-dropping. It almost seems surreal. It's amazing. So we've been following the weather and there's actually kind of a bad front that's coming in, so I'm gonna leave a little bit earlier and then kind of come back at a later date and kind of finish exploring here because there's still so much we haven't done, but the weather's getting bad and I need to head back. Just to give some context, we are here in Flagstaff and we're going to be driving up to this city in northern Arizona called Page. Going to be following this route. All sunshine today, so at least no more snow. It's still going to be cold and pretty windy though. The forest is gone and it's now been replaced by these wide open plains. There's not really much out here but these motels, but they all look abandoned. Drove about an hour and it looks like a completely different state. You can see the mountain way off in the distance. That's where we came from. That's where Flagstaff is. But the scenery is much more what I expected from Arizona. It's nice. Been driving for a while and we came up on this. It's breathtaking. It looks like it just goes on forever. We made it to the trailhead of Horseshoe Bend. It should be around a mile hike down and about a mile hike back. You can see for just miles and miles and miles and miles. It seems to just go on almost forever. Don't let the desert fool you. It's 52, but there's a pretty strong constant wind that makes it cooler. A lot more people down here than I was expecting. It's called Horseshoe Bend because, well, it looks like a horseshoe from up above. On the sides you can kind of see the top part and it kind of wraps around. So it looks like somebody's actually camping down there. During the summer I think there's a lot more activities you can do down there. I think the thing that amazes me the most is the area around Horseshoe Bend is so flat. It's amazing something like this can exist. I can only imagine the first person actually discovered this must have just absolutely been blown away. Made it to Page, going to grab some food before heading to Antelope Canyon. You actually need a tour to go into Antelope Canyon, so that's kind of the reason for the delay. We can't just go there. One of the people at the place that we're going to do the tour actually recommended this place called Slackers, so we're going to try that. It's a pretty good place. Alright, so we are in the middle of the desert. It took us all the way out here, and we're going to go into the canyon. Does not look like it's much from the outside, but hopefully it's a lot cooler, or a lot like the pictures on the inside. Walking into this is something else. It's otherworldly. So our tour guide was telling us that National Geographic actually mounted cameras here, but they were ripped off the wall when the canyon flooded. They were trying to record the water going through, but it just ripped it right off the wall. So during different times of the year, the canyon lights up differently. From this angle, you would never know what's inside. I could not recommend doing Antelope Canyon and Horseshoe Bend enough. They're both absolutely incredible and must do here in Arizona. Today, we're going to the south rim of the Grand Canyon. We're going to hike along the rim and then check out a couple stops along the way and just kind of explore a little bit. Stop number 1, Desert View Watchtower. We're right here in the parking lot. It's supposed to have an amazing view of the Grand Canyon, but we're going to have to walk to it. Even the bottom view is absolutely amazing. I bet you the top is going to be absolutely breathtaking. The inside is completely hollow, so you can see straight to the top. So we made it to the top, and man, that view does not disappoint. Even if it's on the bottom level, middle level, top level, it's all breathtaking. Alright, off to the next stop. Found the trailhead of the trail that's going to take us alongside of the Grand Canyon, about 2 miles long. So they have this museum, and you can actually see a diagram of the Colorado River, the way it carves through the canyon. These are different rocks from different time periods within the canyon. The wind makes it scary at some places because there's no rails. So we reached the end of the trail. To continue to the very, very furthest point, we're gonna have to take a bus. So we're here at the Village Route Transfer, and we're gonna go here to Hermit's Rest, the furthest west you can go on the south rim.
Where they find your radio.
Hermit's Rest was used as a rest stop for hikers traveling to and from the Grand Canyon. It's been around since around 1914. To this day, you can still buy snacks here. And they have this really, really cool fireplace right here. There's some absolutely incredible views just everywhere you look along the Grand Canyon, but here in particular. There's so much to do here, and it's all amazing. You could spend probably just 2-3 weeks just hiking and exploring and sightseeing. It stinks I don't have more time here, but I'm very glad I was able to just do this. It's stunning. You have to come here just to see it for yourself. In Sedona, Arizona today, and we're going to do one of the highest ranked trails in Arizona, Devil's Bridge. Absolutely perfect day for a hike. The weather's nice, not too cold, not too hot, and this is such a cool setting. Absolutely amazing views just both ways. In total is around 6 miles. About 3 miles out and then 3 miles back. It starts off flat, and then eventually the terrain is going to get more and more steep, and there's going to be some really, really steep parts. Reading online, they said that there was a long kind of flat straight, and we're kind of on that now. Time to start the steep part. Right here on the map, that's where we are, and we're going to be going up. As you can see, it kind of starts off easy, just really some minor stairs, nothing really too crazy, but it's gonna get more and more steep. So this is definitely the steeper part. a lot of stairs. Absolutely perfect place to enjoy a Safeway cookie. What a view. More and more and more stairs. Made it up those last stairs, and immediately you're just met with this absolutely incredible view. Makes it all worth it. Somebody told me this was the last group of stairs before the top, so This looks to be the steepest. Finally made it. This is the Devil's Bridge. It's a long way down. This arch was formed by thousands of years of wind and erosion. It's a geological wonder, and I could not recommend it enough. This is an absolutely must-do hike. It's breathtaking. It's just such an amazing place, amazing hike, amazing day. Couldn't ask for more. Made my way down to Phoenix today, and we're gonna do the house tour of one of America's most famous architects, Frank Lloyd Wright. So, gave us these stickers, audio tour, you use your own phone, and then it talks to you as you go along. The audio is linked to each one of these stops, and it's kind of like almost like a little audio clip. So in this room, Frank Lloyd Wright would present work to clients. The sun and the lighting in this room is amazing. The table's low so the clients can see the drawings. A lot easier than if it was higher up. It's much more natural to look down. So these are some actual blueprints that they have here on the table that he actually did. Frank Lloyd Wright designed all of this furniture. I've always loved rooms with lots of light, so this is pretty cool. I can only imagine what it was like hosting parties here. Rooms are all big, but the areas in between the rooms are mostly small and narrow, kind of like this. He loved the idea of rooms becoming bigger when you walk through a narrower space. It deals a lot with compression and the way that we interact with places. This looks like a supervillain's lair. It's kind of cool. On the wall are various pictures of the house being built, the people who worked in it, Frank Lloyd Wright, and family. Over here is kind of an original sketch of this house. As a creative, all I can say is that I would kill to work in a space like this. It's just absolutely beautiful the way he diffuses light throughout the house. Must have been amazing working here. So here's some drawings that the students did that worked here during their fellowship. More drawings. This one looks a little more complete, or more of a, I guess, completed concept. So this is the final part of the tour. Frank Lloyd Wright loved movies, so they built this really cool movie theater. It's wild, all of this was built during the 1930s when everybody had super boxy houses. He had these wide open plans. It's a really cool tour.